Alright, we're going to take a look at eProof editing. After the Teach Services editors go through and proofread, they'll send back the manuscript with corrections and comments in a PDF just like this. And you can go through and make corrections and comments. And we're going to take a look at how that's done. First of all, you'll want to open up a toolbar up here. So go under View. It'll bring down a drop-down menu under Tools, and under Comment, select Open. That brings up all your tools up here. The first task that we want to look at is replacing a text with a different text. And for that, we'll go up here and select Add a Note to replace text. Now, say we want to change this phrase to something else. Now that we have that selected, we'll highlight this phrase. It brings open a text box over here. And then we can just type in exactly what we want to replace it with. Click Post. We can X out of there and it'll keep a hold of it. Now the editors know that we want to replace this phrase with what we typed. Over here we have a task history bar. It'll keep track of everything that we have done so far. Now the next thing that we want to look at is simply deleting a phrase. Say we don't like this phrase here. It's very similar. We'll use the same tool, Add Note to replace text. We'll come down here and select this phrase that we want to delete. This time when it opens up the text box, all we'll type is omit and post. Now the editor knows that we want to omit this phrase completely. Now to add new text into this PDF, it's quite simple. We'll come up here to Insert Text at Cursor, select that, and come down to the point where we want to add text. So if we want to add some sort of writing between these two sentences, we'd click here, opens up the text box, and then we can type in whatever we want put there. Click Post, we can X out of there, and now it has noted right there exactly what we want to input. Now something interesting about the task history bar is it does not keep track of it based off of the order that we complete those tasks, but in the order that they appear in this PDF. So for instance, we decided to omit this phrase before we inserted the text here, but in the task history it comes in this order because as you scroll through the PDF, this is the order that you would come across those corrections. So for the Teach Services editors, it's much easier this way. They don't miss any of the corrections as they just scroll through the PDF in this manner. The last thing that I'm going to look at is inserting an editing note. Now, this is a very specific tool only for formatting, something like that. All editing tools can be used basically with those three different tasks that we just went over. But for instance, if we wanted to insert a picture here, or we wanted to tell the editors to format this paragraph in the center because it's a poem or something like that, that's very simple to do. We come up here and select Add Sticky Note, and we can just select right here and say add picture between paragraphs. Post that, and now the editor knows that this is exactly where we wanted that picture. That should cover all the tasks that you'll need. Once you finish off with that, you'll just send it back to Teach Services, and we will be on our way in making sure that there are no mistakes in any of the manuscripts.